Hey there, welcome to Module 10. In this module, we're reading two short stories from authors from Africa. These authors are Chinua Achebe and Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, both from the country of Nigeria. Nigeria is on the western coast of Africa. So, Chinua Achebe is best known for his novel Things Fall Apart, which details the effects of British colonization on one Nigerian family. So, in our reading, which is the brief story called Chike's School Days, we see a glimpse into the life of young Chike, a Nigerian boy, who is also experiencing the influence of English colonization. Our second author is Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. She was very much inspired by the work of Chinua Achebe, and in her contemporary short story called The Headstrong Historian, she tells the story of Nwamba and how Nwamba marries, has children, and then later grandchildren. And we see how the influence of British colonization also affects the relationship between different generations of the family. So, in both of these stories, we see the effects of colonization, and I'd like to take a moment and talk about what that means. Colonization, first and foremost, involves a change in the language. When the English colonize Nigeria, one thing they do is they enforce the use of the English language. It is taught in schools, it is used in most official transactions. And so, both of these authors, Chinua Achebe and Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, Nigerian authors, are writing in English, not, their native Igbo or Yoruba or Efik or one of the many, many languages that are spoken in Nigeria. So that's one step of colonization, is the change in the language. Colonization also involves economic, religious, and educational shifts as the colonizer, which here for Nigeria is England. It was England that colonized Nigeria. They established dominance over the native people, their institutions, and their economy. So the colonizing country ends up controlling a large amount of the economy. They also enforce their cultural practices onto the native communities. So in both stories, we see a shift away from traditional religious beliefs towards Christianity. So, in order to achieve any kind of success in a colonized country, a native person usually has to learn the colonizer's customs and language because the colonizer controls such large swaths of the economy. So, this Western education can lead to economic prosperity because of the British control over the economy, but at the same time, this can be seen as a kind of betrayal to the native ways. And both of these authors show us how their characters are living in two cultures, in Nigerian and English cultures. So, as you read through the stories, take note of the English customs and beliefs mentioned in the story, as well as the Nigerian customs and beliefs. So, through reading these stories, we can learn a lot about Nigerian culture. What customs did you notice? I'll see you on the discussion board.